Hi, Shane Searson here to talk about the next Daily Drumming Influences Revisited, originally posted in 2012. Today, it is one of my favorite drummers. It is Jeff Hamilton. Jeff Hamilton is not only just a master of the drum set, but I say he's one of the brush masters of the world. And I first became aware of Jeff through Gene Harris, Ray Brown trio. And he did some great stuff. I've got a great video concert of them from I don't know, it's like probably an 80s Playboy festival in Japan. It's tremendous. He does a great drum solo on a tune called Rio. I have met Jeff several times, seen him in several clinics. I actually set his drum set up for him once at Boise when he came in. And he never ceases to amaze me with his musicality. When he's playing a solo, it's musical. I read a great article about him in Modern Drummer one time where he talked about a big direction change where he had been, for lack of a better way of putting it, a chops-oriented drummer, and then he just changed his direction to become about music. And when you listen to him play, it's so obvious that he's so musical in everything that he does, not just time playing, but and backing up vocalist, instrumentalist, everything. He knows exactly what to do and what not to do. And if you want to emulate somebody and be a master at it, he's one you can pick out. Definitely one of my favorite drummers of all time. And when he came to Boise, and I had seen him again several clinics and something, and I noticed that when he plays the brushes or plays the drum set with brushes, that he's very much about creating sounds and long notes and short notes. You can get into the musical terms of what's a tenuto, what's a whatever. If you want to do that, staccato, any of that. It wasn't just basic patterns. He did things that made sense. But really what I noticed was the motions that he used. And then when he would pick up sticks, a lot of the motions that he played brushes with that created not just a staccato sound or an elongated sound or a tenuto or a legato sound, anything. He did it with sticks too. And so I asked him one time at a clinic, I said, I noticed when you play, you use a lot of motions when you play brushes. And it seems to me like you do the same thing when you're playing with sticks. Are you doing that to create sounds and textures on the drum set versus just, you don't have to do that. He could just be playing, but he does it to create songs, tunes, sounds. And he actually said that's one of the best questions he'd ever been asked at a clinic, and yes, he does that. And I noticed that when he would hit the floor tom, he would hit it a certain way if he wanted a certain sound, or he would swipe it a certain way if he wanted a different sound. And the same thing with the snare. So it wasn't just this up and down horizontal playing. A lot of his playing had vertical motions to it, but as well as he had swipes that came in at different angles to create different sounds. And I was just blown away by it. And it's one of the most musical things I've ever seen. And so, you can look him up, you can Google him. He's got solo albums out. He's been with Diana Krall. He's been with everybody, and is still a monster. I think he's probably still does clinics, probably for Mapex these days. He was a Remo artist for a long time, but he's always going to be great no matter what when you see him, and he's always going to impart a lot of wisdom. So check him out if you can. One of the best clinicians, one of the best musicians, one of the best drummers, and one of the most musical you will ever see. The drummer for the day, one of my favorites, Jeff Hamilton.